Hold on to your hats, Leafs Nation. Big news is on the horizon. A major player could be making his way to Toronto, and this could be the spark that ignites our playoff aspirations. With several teams in the mix, will the Leafs be the ones to strike a deal that shakes up the league? The excitement is palpable, and you won't want to miss out on what this could mean for our beloved team. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like to keep up with the latest buzz surrounding the Leafs. The NHL rumor mill is heating up, and it looks like there's a significant chance that Mikko Rantanen could be heading to our beloved Toronto Maple Leafs. Yes, you heard that right. After his trade from the Colorado Avalanche to the Carolina Hurricanes, there's been a whirlwind of speculation about his future. The Hurricanes had plans to secure Rantanen with a long-term contract, reportedly offering him up to $14 million per year. But here's the kicker. Sources suggest he might not even be interested in signing that extension. Elliot Friedman, one of the most respected insiders in the game, dropped this bombshell in his latest podcast. He hinted that if Rantanen doesn't renew his contract with Carolina, they might consider trading him before the trade deadline on March 7th, 2025. And if that happens, Rantanen could become one of the hottest commodities in the league. With a cap hit of just $2.3 million, imagine the bidding war that could ensue among contending teams. The Vegas Golden Knights, Dallas Stars, Winnipeg Jets, Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning, and of course, the Maple Leafs are all in the A. The burning question is, where will Rantanen end up? The interest is palpable, and with so many teams circling, negotiations are bound to be intense. It's worth noting that other teams, including the Boston Bruins, Edmonton Oilers, and even the New York Rangers, could emerge as surprise contenders if the Hurricanes decide to part ways with him. Looking at our Toronto Maple Leafs, we've been seeking reinforcements for quite some time. The idea of acquiring Rantanen is tantalizing, but we all know the salary cap has been a persistent challenge. However, if Rantanen is available at a reduced cost, how can we resist? The price, though, is where it gets tricky. Carolina gave up significant assets like Martin Necas and Jack Drury to acquire him, so they will demand a hefty return. Could we be willing to part with valuable draft picks, top prospects, or even a key roster player like Fraser Minton, Easton Cowan, or Matthew Inez? Honestly, I'm torn on this. On one hand, Rantanen is a dynamic player who could elevate our chances of a deep playoff run. On the other, giving up too much could set us back in our quest for future success. And let's talk about Mitch Marner. There's a cloud of uncertainty hanging over his future in Toronto. Would the Leafs be willing to sacrifice valuable assets for a player who might only be a rental for the season? Or do they genuinely believe they can convince Rantanen to sign a long-term deal? This is a crucial factor that can't be overlooked. Another intriguing element is the possibility of Carolina trading Rantanen directly to a division rival. You imagine the implications of that? Strengthening a direct competitor could radically shift the playoff landscape in the Eastern Conference. Would the Hurricanes really want to risk that? They might prefer to send him west, avoiding a postseason clash that could be detrimental to their own playoff hopes. As we approach the trade deadline, it's clear that Rantanen's availability could shake up the entire NHL trade market. Teams that were previously hesitant might feel the pressure to act fast to prevent a direct competitor from bolstering their lineup. We could see a domino effect that leads to multiple big moves across the league. So, what do you think, Leafs Nation? Should we go all in to bring Rantanen to Toronto at any cost, or is that too big of a risk? I genuinely want to hear your thoughts on this matter. Do you believe this is the right path for our team, or should we hold back? Drop your opinions in the comments below. I'm eager to read what you all have to say. Max Pacioretty, the veteran left winger for the Toronto Maple Leafs, will miss the next 2 games due to an undisclosed injury. This news came straight from head coach Craig Berube and was reported by Aaron Srinivasan from the Leafs Nation. It's a tough blow for the team, especially considering Pacioretty's already rocky season filled with injuries. At 36 years old, the New Canaan, Connecticut native has faced significant challenges since joining the Maple Leafs this season. He missed 10 games earlier in the season due to an upper body illness and was sidelined again for 3 games just a couple of weeks before the Four Nations face-off. In total, Pacioretty has played 37 games this season, managing to score 5 goals and 8 assists for a total of 13 points. Not to mention, he has accumulated 16 penalty minutes and carries a -2 rating. It's clear that the injuries have hindered his ability to contribute consistently on the ice. At the beginning of October, he signed a 1-year contract worth $873,770 with the Maple Leafs after a year with the Washington Capitals, where he recorded 4 goals and 19 assists over 47 games. The reality is that Pacioretty has struggled with injuries for quite some time now. He hasn't played more than 50 games in a season since 2019-20, when he was still with the Vegas Golden Knights. It makes you wonder if he can ever get back to the level we know he's capable of. Drafted 22nd overall by the Montreal Canadiens in the 2007 NHL Draft, Pacioretty has had a storied career. He has played a total of 939 games, accumulating 335 goals and 346 assists for 681 points. On top of that, he has 50 points in 78 playoff appearances. As for the Maple Leafs, they are gearing up for a home game against the Carolina Hurricanes on Saturday, followed by a trip to Illinois to face the Chicago Blackhawks on Sunday. Currently, the team stands at 33-20-3, just 3 points behind the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers, for the top spot in the Atlantic Division. This is a critical time for the Leafs, and losing Pacioretty, even for just a couple of games, could have repercussions. Do you think this was the best decision in terms of managing his injury? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, you want to ensure he's fully recovered before he hits the ice again, but on the other hand, we need all hands on deck if we want to make a serious run this season. Pacioretty's experience and scoring ability could have been invaluable during these upcoming games, and his absence will surely be felt. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Maple Leafs have made some strategic moves recently, and while injuries are part of the game, they can also force the team to adapt and grow. It's a chance for other players to step up, to show their mettle and prove they can handle the pressure. That's the essence of a team, isn't it? The ability to rally together, especially in times of adversity. Now, as fans, it's our duty to keep the faith and support our boys. We've been through ups and downs, and it's that unwavering support that fuels our team. So, what do you think? How will Pacioretty's absence affect the Leafs' chances in the coming games? Will other players rise to the occasion? I want to hear your opinions down below. Let's keep the conversation going. This is our team, and every decision impacts our hopes and dreams for a championship. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest news and insights about the Toronto Maple Leafs. And be sure to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Together, let's ride this roller coaster of a season, cheering our team on every step of the way.